Previously on the last Pokemon challenge, we get the mineral badge, Jasmine's got a bunch of solder now, and we can leave. And coming up, it's boring, it's tedious, completely unlike my videos. Welcome back to another 4 moves challenge. This time we're in FireRed, and this time we are playing Ludicolo. I love this Pokemon. It's so ridiculous and so happy, but I really have a soft spot for it. We are going to have a great time as well against it. Really, there was no rival that could be bad for Ludicolo, so I've gone for Squirtle. Don't know why I went for Squirtle, but that is the one we've got for this challenge. Now, Ludicolo is one of my favourite Generation 3 Pokemon. I love Lotad, I love Lombre, and Ludicolo is just so ridiculous. I know it's a bit of a divisive one, but I'm very much on Team Ludicolo. Mirror B in Colosseum did just tip it over the edge, and it went from a Pokemon I was nonplussed about to a Pokemon that I will actively try and have on my party if it's available. It's a grass-water type, brilliant type combination. It's medium slow, it's got 2 good abilities, and its learn set is pretty blooming good as well. I've gone for a modest one, so that means hopefully if I've got my abilities right, or my natures right I should say, that will mean that we have reduced physical attack in favour of special attack, which is exactly what we need for a Pokemon like Ludicolo. We're running it purely special. Now, the one move I wish we could find something better for is Giga Drain. Because it's a drinking move, it's only 5 PP, and that is going to be a bit of a problem. But a lot of the Pokemon where we can use Giga Drain, we can also use Surf, so it may not be quite as bad as we would initially think. Surf in the early game is going to make mincemeat of pretty much everything that we come up against as well. And I'm hoping that by having a stab grass move, Lorelei won't be so much of an issue this time. I can live in hope. That is the dream. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition. We've got Rain Dance, which will help boost our water type moves for certain trainers, and we've also got Ice Beam to help out for a bit of coverage that we wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Overall, I'm thinking we're going to have a good time with this one, but you never know. This game is still very unpredictable to me. Let's get ourselves into Pewter's Pokemon Center, and we'll take on our first gym. This is Brock, gym leader number 1 of 8. He is a rock-type specialist, and he's also going to go down very blooming quickly. Level 12 acquired. Level 13 acquired, and that is the Boulder Badge. First badge down, another 7 to go, 225 for the Boulder Badge. Now we mustn't forget some repels here. Very important that we get repels. We'll get 11 of them. That should hopefully see us through for at least a little while. We get the running shoes as well, so now we can move in double quick time. Now Ludicolo is a sub-in. I started doing a Blaziken challenge, and then I remembered Levitate was the thing, and we had nothing for Agatha, so we would have been a little bit screwed. Didn't get too far in it, not far enough for me to think I should have carried on the challenge and gone for Struggle, which is the main thing, and of course we don't get leftovers in FireRed, so even Struggle would have been bad. If it was Gen 2 Struggle, I possibly would have carried on, but then if it was Gen 2, we wouldn't have needed to carry on because we could have Earthquaked the Gengar. So Ludicolo is being very kind here and taking up precedence. I probably won't do Blaziken for a while now either. It goes back into that thing of me not being able to let my, or should I say my brain is not able to let me play 2 Pokemon back to back that are either very similar or the same Pokemon. So Blaziken will probably be out at some point in the autumn. For now though, we're going to turn our attention back to Ludicolo, and I'm really hoping we get a good win with this one. I've still not quite got the confidence in FireRed, and that's something I'm hoping to build up. I think the Legendary month that we're going to be doing in August will absolutely help there, but in the meantime I do want to try and build up confidence regardless, because once I'm confident in a challenge, that's when the times will start to quickly decrease, and that's when we'll get the good run times. It's going to take a while. It took a long time in Crystal, probably about 8 months, before I felt really good about it. But this time with 4 moves, I'm feeling very much like I want to persevere in Generation 3. I will be honest, there were times when the Gen 3 videos in the schedule in the past felt like a little bit of a chore, but this time, no, I'm looking forward to them. If anything, I'm preferring them over Crystal at the moment, but Crystal is such an easy run for me that I do enjoy doing it as a little bit of a mental breather. Not to say I am not enjoying Crystal, far from it. Crystal will always be my favourite run, but these two are tickling my brain in that right way at the moment. Gone for the left-hand fossil because I am left-handed, and now we'll get out of the Mount Moon. 1 of 3 caves all done and dusted. That means we can go into the Pokemon Center, we'll grab ourselves a Rentalabra, we'll restore to full health, and let's go into our next gym. I think we should be A-okay in this gym to begin with. We'll use a Surf on the Horsey, we'll use a Surf on the Shelder because I want to preserve some of our Giga Drains for Misty. We'll use a Giga Drain now against this fish though to grow up to level 20. And then we'll take Misty on. She is gym leader number 2 today. Water type specialist leads with Staryu, led with Staryu, already gone down. Starmie comes out, we crit, we get back up to full health, and that is Misty defeated. That was a really quick Misty split, 549 for the Cascade badge. Let's go and do another quick heal. Let's go and grab this rare candy before I forget it. And then we'll take on rival number 2. This time he is going to lead with his Pidgeotto, so we are going to launch some ice in its face and it goes down. Level 22 acquired, let's swap to Surf for the rat. We'll drown the rat, we will then use a couple of Surfs on the Squirtle, and then we will Surf all over the Abra. Easy, easy rival 2. I don't know why I used to be worried about that one. Definitely do not need to be worried about that one in this challenge. And now we've got everybody's favourite Nugget Bloody Bridge. And I have something to complain about with this Nugget Bridge. Why is it a bridge? Why have they made a raised platform not over the bloody water? That is not over the water in the slightest. All they have done is make a platform. It's Nugget platform. And it's silly. And I don't like it. And if they hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have all these bloody trainers to beat up. And we'd already be on the way to Bill. But as it stands, we've got to go up bloody Nugget platform. So we will. And we'll meet back up for Bill. So we have made it through those horrible, horrible routes. And that means that we can chat with Bill. We'll use his PC. We will go and restore him out of his little suit there. And that gives us the SS ticket. We're going to go back on the Rentalabra now to the Pokemon Center. We'll do a very quick heal. And then we'll make our way down south towards Vermillion City. I always get Viridian and Vermillion mixed up in my head. Not in terms of what city's what, but in terms of the names of them. So I'm going to be trying to make an extra effort. You'd think after doing nearly 4 years of solo running here on the channel, I would get the difference in them locked in my head, but no. My brain still gets confused from time to time. I'm going to blame the dyslexia for it. Let us now start going down this route here. Is this Route 5, Route 6, Route 7? It's one of them. Whatever it is, it's got a bunch of trainers who we don't really want to battle, but it does have a couple of items. Citrus Berry, really useful, and Rare Candy there as well. We are going to plonk on another Repel at this point. We'll go behind all of these, and we'll take on these two, Camper and Picnicker. They've got birds. The bloke has a Spearow and a rat. And then the lady camper, I think, has 3 Pidgey because she really likes variety in her team. She really does enjoy having multiple Pokemon of completely different species. We grow up to level 28 and we do find ourselves in Vermillion. Let's go and buy some more repels. Let's just buy another 6. Make sure we've got enough for the rock tunnel. And then we'll have a little chat with the chairman of the Pokemon fan club. He's going to tell us all about his Rapidash and Small, but we don't really care. All we want is the bike voucher from him. And with that, we'll get on the bloody boat. This is where Rival 3 lives, but before we battle Rival 3, we are going to go dumpster diving. 1 Pecha Berry, 1 Cherry Berry, and 1 Chesto Berry. Thank you very much. You can get back to chopping your onions now. I don't know why you've got berries in your onions. Something a little bit weird going on there. Let's now take on Rival number 3. He's going to lead with Pidgeotto. That goes down in 1. We'll surf all over the Raticate. We will surf over the Kadabra, and then we will not surf on the Wartortle. We'll Giga Drain the Wartortle, and it goes down. Another easy rival battle. That means we can now chat with the captain of the ship, and then we can leave. So let's go and say goodbye to the boat after we do no, not that room, a very, very quick heal, just like that. Goodbye, boat. It was nice being on you, but I get seasick, so you've got to go. There we go. Don't need to get troubled by my sea legs anymore. And with that, we can move into gym number 3. So at this point, I will say my usual disclaimer that Surge's gym puzzle has been disabled because it's a load of RNG nonsense. Let's take him on. He is the electric type specialist, leads with Voltorb. Voltorb goes down. Pikachu also goes down. Raichu does not go down, but we get rid of it in 2. Absolutely wonderful. We get ourselves the next badge in 12 minutes and 41 seconds. With that, we are going to make our way through Diglett's Cave. Different to Diglett's Tunnel in Alola, although I do use the names interchangeably quite often, which can get a little bit confusing. We won't need to worry if we encounter any Dugtrio, although it would have been some nice experience because we could have just surfed all over it. Let's lie to Professor Oak's aid here. Yes, we've caught a bunch of Pokemon. We haven't caught a bunch of Pokemon. We'll get the Ether, and then we should be able to rent a Labra all the way back to Cerulean City. With that, we can go into the bike shop, and we'll go and exchange our voucher for a wonderful bicycle. That means now we can cycle here, there, and every bloody where. We're not going to cycle until we get on to route number 9, though. We'll bring the bike up a little bit, and I do also want to bring the lantern up fairly high as well, because we're about to go through bloody Rock Tunnel. I really don't like Rock Tunnel. It's probably my least favourite cave in all the games we go through. It's just too full of trainers. If it was that long but mostly repellable without so many mandatories, it wouldn't be as egregious as it is. But as it stands, it's just annoying, because there's no challenge in there barring PP management. And to help you there, they have put a bloody Pokemon Center right on the edge of it, haven't they? So it just serves no purpose. Gen 2 Rock Tunnel's fun to do in the dark, though. We'll always like a bit of Gen 2 Rock Tunnel. No, oh, we'll take you on. He'll be our one optional that we do take on, Hiker Bryce here. He's going to be easy to knock out, and of course we are going to get that heal in just a second. Couple of bits we need to pick up here, Chesto Berry and a Rare Candy. And note, we do not want to battle anyone else. Instead, we are going to go through Rock Tunnel. It's long, it's boring, it's tedious, completely unlike my videos. I'll skip through to the end of it, and I'll meet you on the other side. We have made it through the Rock Tunnel, and we are into Lavender Town, where the first thing we'll do is take on the rival. This is the 4th rival battle. He does like getting his screen time in this challenge. He led with Pidgeotto, it went down in 1. Growlithe goes down to a Surf. We'll Ice Beam all over the Execute, and then we'll swap back to Surf for the Kadabra. Last Pokemon is Wartortle. We'll give it a Giga Drain. It disappears. We grow up to level 35, and that is another rival completed. With that, we shall make our way west towards Celadon City. We will have to take on one of these two, and we'll take on Rich because he's got Growlithe. And while he may be intimidating with that Growlithe, it's still going to be a very easy battle for us. Let's stick on a Repel and grab some of the berries in this patch of grass. Raspberry, can't remember what that one does. Lumberry, I know that is a Miracle Berry. Leopard Berry heals the PP, and I think that's our lot. So let's get out of here, let's get on the bike, and let's avoid this trainer here. Into the underground path we go. We can cycle in the underground path, which is very strange to me, seeing as we can't cycle in the gates, but who am I to question the game's logic? Into the Pokemon Center for a quick PP heal, and then we shall make our way all the way to the west. We're not going to be able to get past the burr yet, but we can go and annoy somebody who is apparently a bit of a celebrity in this region. Maybe she is this region's May, always in demand, but she doesn't want it anymore. So she's decided to hide off right next to one of the biggest cities in Kanto. That makes an awful lot of sense, doesn't it? Before we forget as well, we need to go and get blocked by a Clefairy, just like that, and a Nidoran. But that gives us the tea. Move, Clefairy, we have things to do. Let's go and grab the PP up from the bush here. And we are going to PP up Giga Drain because goodness knows we need extra power points in that move. And with that, we can go into our next gym. This is going to be Erica's Grass-type gym. We've got a Grass-type, but she'll have no idea what's coming for her because our Grass-type is a lot more special than any of those because we have a unique type combination in this generation. Are there any other Water Grass types? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm always terrible at this. I don't think there are, but please do correct me if there's another one that I am mistaken, that I've just forgotten about. As far as I know, this is the only Water Grass line even now. But yeah, I could be wrong. Anyway, this is Erica. She is our next gym leader. She is the grass type specialist, and she's already gone down. That is 20 minutes and 19 seconds for the rainbow badge. Let's get the heck out of here now, and let's get into the rocket hideout. Don't think we need to heal for the rocket hideout, so we're just going to take on this one grunt. We'll then look behind the poster, and then it'll be time for Giovanni next. Do you know what I like about these rocket sections? They're very, very, very short, so they are far less egregious than the Gen 2 rockets. We'll take on Giovanni for the first time here. It's going to be a clean old sweep. 4 hits for 3 Pokemon gets us through. That gives us a Silph Scope, and that means we can get out the other side. Let's take this opportunity to go to Saffron City so that we A, have it unlocked for later, and B, we can buy some max repels so we don't have to be dealing with regular repels anymore for this challenge. So off the bike we go. Let's go and buy as many of them as we can afford, and let's hope that will see us fit now for the rest of this challenge. We're not going to take the scenic route over to Lavender Town. We are going to air balloon because it should be a nice and simple trip over. I think a quick PP heal is in order because now it is time to climb the Pokemon Tower. The tower that was deemed not important enough to save in Generation 2, so they got rid of it and they had radio programs instead, which seems very, very disrespectful to me, but who am I to judge? Maybe the people of Kanto like their tunes more than they like mourning the loss of their dead pets. God, that got dark quickly, didn't it? Let's move on. We've got a bunch of Ghastly in this place. They're all doing auditions for Morty's gym, but we do have an elixir, which is very, very, very useful to have. Don't know if we can go that left-hand path, but we're not going to try. Can we get past you? Yes, we can. And then if we get in front of you, then we don't have to worry about taking the long way around, do we? Because we can just go like that, and then we've only got a couple more left to go. Jennifer here, she may one day progress to be in Morty's gym, but today is not the day. Same with Amelia. Who do we have? We've got Martha and Grace, haven't we, in Morty's gym? We should see if there is a channeler or a medium called Martha or Grace anywhere else, or whether it is just in Generation 2 and Morty has handpicked them from Johto's finest old ladies, as opposed to here in Kanto. I like the idea that some of the people who have the same name in both Generation 1 and Generation 2 are the same character. I don't know if that's just me, but that's something I really enjoy thinking about, and it's something that I definitely carry with me in the games where I think, oh, I know you from there. It's like Psychic Norman over on Route 38 in Johto. I like to think he is canonically Norman of Hoenn, which makes no sense because the Hoenn games are set at the same time as FireRed and Leaf Green, but it is still fun to think about. We get the Pokeflute, that means we can go all the way back to where we've just bloody been, because even though Gen 3 is the king of backtracking, Generation 1 has more than its fair share of backtracking as well. Let's get on the bike and let's go and try and get in line with this pesky Snorlax so that we can then make progress. The bike is a lot harder to control in Generation 3 versus Generation 2, I tell you that for nothing. We're going to run away from the Snorlax there. And now, can we get through? We snuck through. They're probably very annoyed at that. They probably wanted to all beat us up and take our lunch money from us, but no. We'll just take on this one here. By the way, I'm recording this on the same day as the Togekiss challenge. It's even hotter than it was in the Togekiss challenge, so my brain is a little bit melted at this point of proceedings. We'll get the PP up there. We do need to go back up the other side as well, because there's another item we want to pick up over on this side. Is it down here, or have I gone one too far? I might have gone one too far. There is definitely an item somewhere around here, and I can never bloody remember where it is. I'm certain it's the second sign down. Maybe it's the third. There we go. There's the rare candy. And then there is an elixir somewhere here as well, but I can't quite remember the spot. There it is. We've got all the items on Cycling Road. Don't need to come back to it this time. That is one good thing. Now, I've got to get through the bloody Safari Zone next, haven't I? At least we've spent most of our money, so they can't quite scam us, although they've probably got enough. I've probably got enough to get scammed. Yeah, I've got enough to get scammed. But Max Repels will help in this horrible, horrible place. Let's stick on... No, we don't want to air balloon. That's a little bit of a loophole, isn't it? We definitely don't want to air balloon. I won't exploit that in our challenges. That is a mistake in the coding that will get fixed in a future version of the FireRed patch. For now, we will have gentleman's rules and we will obey the laws of the Safari Zone here. Getting through very quickly. I felt quite confident doing that one. We'll get the gold teeth. We'll get double team maybe to sell for a little bit of cash money moolah later. And we get ourselves the raft. Good, we can retire. Let's get out of here. And let's go and use our air balloon, now that we can legally use it, to skip a little bit of movement. Let's do a quick PP heal, because you never know what's going to happen in Koga's gym. And let's now take him on. I don't like this gym. I really do not like the fact that the wrong type Pokemon in this gym. But what can you do? You have to deal with the gym trainers that Koga has. And Koga must have a timeshare with Sabrina for a lot of these. So that is at least my line of thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Koga just likes his psychic types. He keeps his enemies closer than his friends, because if they all had psychic types and were against him, then his Pokemon would go down very, very easily. He hasn't heard of something like a Stunky, which would help him out here. Sandslash is a weird choice as well for this gym, but I'm not going to complain. It's an easy one hit. Let's go and do another quick PP heal now. That's something I have noticed about this generation. You run out of PP an awful lot more than Generation 2. I think it's because there are quite a few more mandatories than there are in Generation 2. Now, I do know that you can see your way through this, but my eyesight, combined with the fact that this monitor isn't quite as contrasty as it used to be, because HDR was doing all sorts of weird things to recording, it means that I'm back to trying to figure it out on the fly, which we all know is a very easy thing for me to do. I think we do need to battle Sean with a W here. One of my very dearest friends is Sean with a W, so I'm kind of happy that there's Sean with a W representation. Do we have any kind of heals at all? Do we have a Scamtidotes? We do, thank goodness. We don't have any HP healings though, so we're going to have to run it blind here in Koga. He's our next gym leader, Poison Type Specialist, leads with Coughing. Coughing uses Sludge, of course it's super effective. We do have type disadvantage here, but I'm hoping that Rain Dance will be enough to see us through. We get through the minimalizing muck, on to another Coughing. Last Pokemon is the Wheezing. The rain has stopped, he uses Smoke Screen, but we hit through, and so Koga's Reign of Terror is over. That means we have our next badge, and that means it's time for a trip towards Cinnabar Island. And so, after a very, very quick surf over from Pallet Town, we find ourselves in the Cinnabar Mansion. We will go and do this as quickly as we can. We've got one trainer we want to beat up here. He is optional, but he does give us access to something very useful. He gives us access to a rare candy hiding just over here. And with that, we can now fall through the floor, not unlike Morty's gym, and we can get an encounter because the repel wore off. And unlike in Generation 2 when the repel wears off, you don't have the option to clear the text box before moving. If you move, that text box clears all by itself. I'm sure they thought they were being very helpful there. But when you're playing at 4 times speed, that just gets very bloody annoying. This is the only thing we need in here, the secret key. And now that we've got it, we'll escape rope out. And we'll do a very quick PP heal before taking on our next gym. This is Blaine's Fire-type gym, and once again, I think we're going to do all of the trainers in here. It's always good to get a little bit of extra experience. Plus, when we've got Surf, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue whatsoever. We might need to do one of our PP heals at some point, maybe after we've gotten through the first 5 or so, or should I say, first 3 or 4 trainers. 5 would be a little bit excessive. When we make the next turn is when we'll probably turn back and go and take on the other trainers after a heal, because we are going to be running out of Surfs fairly quickly in this gym, because it's the only move we've got that will do pretty much anything against any of these trainers. Yeah, I think one more trainer is going to be our limit. And as we know, Lorelei requires an awful lot of experience points to get past her, so if we can get some extra free ones here, all the better. We'll call this our last one. And then I am going to very quickly see if we can escape rope out. Probably can't, but you never know unless you try. It seems to be just Sabrina's gym where you can escape rope out. And I could look at the code to figure it out, but I like finding this sort of stuff out myself in game, because then it sticks in my memory. If I just look at the code, I'm then going to get it confused with something else. But because I've got that visual reference of, no, you can't dig out of here, then it sticks in my head. Let's take on this final trainer, Super Nerd Zach, with his Growliths. Should be a very easy battle, and we get up to level 46. Oh, he's got a Growlithe and a Vulpix. How good for him. Now let's take on Blaine. Fire-type specialist of Cinnabar Island, leads with Growlithe. We'll set up the rain as he sets up a Fire Blast, and then we'll get to sweeping. 1 hit on the Growlithe, 1 hit on the Ponyta, 1 hit on the Rapidash. We have Swift Swim as well, so don't forget that means our speed is highly boosted. Arcanine goes down, and that is Blaine defeated. 1 Volcano Badge acquired. Now we can leave. I believe this means we are off to Saffron City after we say no to Bill. If we say yes to Bill, then we're in for a very, very long time in the Sevies, and I don't fancy a long time in the Sevies. That wouldn't be a particularly good use of anybody's time, effort, or energy. Into Silph Co we go. Can I remember where we're going? Hopefully I can. Think it's 5th floor first? That sounds like a good idea. Get out the lift. And then it's down here. Oh, we get caught by him straight a bloody way today with his bloomin' Arbok. Let's get rid of it in one so we don't have to worry about it. We'll have to do the double Wii here because there's absolutely no other way about it. And then it's down to 3, isn't it? I think that's where we go. Yes, because then it's through the left-hand door. This is slowly being committed to memory as well. It's taking its time, but every little does help. And once again, similar to Generation 2, we have a lot of under-leveled trainers. I am going to go here, and I am going to take on this one extra optional, because he's only got 3 Pokemon, and that gives us a proper PP heal in time for rival number 5 rather. We've just done rival 4. It's because we've got extra rival battles that my brain goes, oh, we've not done that many. Emerald is the one with the fewest, Johto's in the middle, and then FireRed just has you battle the rival every bloody time because they seem to really enjoy getting their money's worth out of him. Let's take him on. He's going to lead this time with his Pidgeot. We'll use an Ice Beam, we get a 1-shot, and we are almost at level 48. We'll get that off the Execute, and out comes the Alakazam. We surf over the Zam, it goes down. We can surf over the Growlithe as well. And the last Pokemon is going to be the Blastoise. He stalls with Protect. How rude of him. That is not very fair of you. Doesn't matter regardless, we still beat you up easily. But you just wasted our time. There was no need for that rival. Genuinely no need. Let's now take on this final Rocket Grunt of the challenge. and then Team Rocket will be put to bed once and for all after we go through these doors. This is Giovanni for the second time. He's got a Nidorino, goes down in 1. He's got a Nidoqueen, also goes down in 1. Out next is Kangaskhan. That does not go down in 1, but it goes down in 2. And then we'll finish off with the Rhyhorn. That is Team Rocket defeated. Yes, we've saved you. We don't need a Master Ball. It won't work in our challenge. Instead, we're going to escape rope out. We'll take the trip round the corner, and it'll be time for Sabrina next. We really are racing through this one. I cannot wait for it to all fall apart in goodness knows how long. Left, not there. Left, left, and down is how we get to Sabrina. And she is our next gym leader. Psychic type specialist leads with Kadabra. Rain Dance as Future Sight gets called. We one-hit the Kadabra. Out comes the Venomoth. We one-hit that as well. Mr. Mime is next. We take 20 HP from Future Sight. Absolutely fantastic. And the rain is up to get rid of the Alakazam. Very, very good stuff there. That is Sabrina's badge all completed. We can escape rope out, and we will air balloon now over back to Viridian City, where we're about to take on the final gym leader. 36-36, by the way, for Sabrina's split. I've been really bad at calling out the splits in this one. I've been too in the zone playing. I've been having too much fun waffling away, slagging off most of Kanto, that I've really just not bothered to pay attention to how long everything's going. This one's gone really quickly so far. I'll be very interested to see how this compares to other challenges. We're going to have a very easy time of it in this gym as well. It's the ground type gym, and we've got grass and water. We have 2 types that are super effective against ground. I don't think Giovanni's going to know what hits him. Even this Battle Boy Black Belt. Who am I thinking of? The Battle Girl in Generation 3, isn't it? That's who I'm thinking of. Even that Black Belt put up no resistance. Let's take on Giovanni now. He is our final gym leader, ground type specialist, leads with Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn's a one-hit, Nidoqueen's going to be a one-hit as well. So out comes Nidoking. Once again, it's a one-hit. We then move on to the Doug Trio. We outspeed, we one-shot, and the last Pokemon is Rhyhorn. Very, very easy. That is our final badge in 37 minutes and 54 seconds. Can we escape rope out of this one? No. No, we cannot. Starting to think it is legitimately just Sabrina's. There are a few bits and pieces that I now need to pick up, so I will meet back with you when we're ready for the final rival battle. That's all the bits and bobs picked up. Let's go and take on the rival for one last time. Do we have a repel on? Yes, we do. Is it going to run out in this grass? No, it isn't. Good stuff. Let's take him on for one last time. He's going to lead, of course, with his Pidgeot. We still get the one hit, so it goes down in 1. Same with Execute, and we can move on to the Growlithe. We're going to surf over the Growlithe. This is becoming a repeat of the last one, isn't it? Because we'll surf over the Rhyhorn as well. We'll surf over the Alakazam. It has calm-minded, and it's disabled our surf. Well, we'll use a Rain Dance here, and then we'll start Giga draining away. We're disabled no more as we grow up to level 53. Blastoise is the last Pokemon. Hopefully it's just going to be 2 hits to finish it off. And that is the rival defeated for one last time. Let's go and very quickly backtrack, heal ourselves up. Because we did take a little bit of damage in that battle. Not too much to worry about, but it is enough for me to want to backtrack to heal. Stick on another Max Repel and away we go towards Victory Road for this challenge. We have the Boulder Badge, brilliant. We have the Cascade Badge, even better. We've got the Thunder Badge. Let's go and grab this Leopard Berry while we're here. Yes, we have the Rainbow Badge, that was Erica. I remember beating her up and taking her lunch money. We have the Soul Badge, even better. That was Koga. He was an easy one. Marsh Badge was easy as well, that was Sabrina. We get the Aspire Berry, and we have Blaine's Badge. He was also a real pushover. Although we did Blaine before we did Sabrina, so we have broken sequence there. 1 Citrus Berry acquired, and into everybody's favourite place in all of Kanto. It's Victory Road time. Let's make sure we get through this as quickly and as easily as we can. That is the plan. Whether it will come to fruition is a completely different matter. We do want to pick up the rare candy here. I think it's this one here. Yes, it is. So we've got 11 rare candies to our name now. Hopefully that will be enough to see us through. I am going to take on a few optionals in here because we do often get screwed over by Lorelei, so I want to make sure that we're running slightly higher leveled than we otherwise would. Although I don't want to waste PP on things like Surf there when we can easily one-shot with Ice Beam. We've got Giga Drain for the War Turtle as well, so we'll dispose of that. And that was a very nice start. Let's keep on progressing, of course, in this Victory Road. You've got so many different rooms, and each one of them you have to reapply your strength. What do you have? Do you have anything useful? You've got a Machoke. That's going to be a one-hit. You've got a Machop. That's definitely going to be a one-hit. And you've got another Machoke. Easy, easy battle. If we can get out about level 55, 56, I'll be very happy in here. Do we wish to face the Elites 4? Yes, we do. Are we going to hopefully get there easily? Absolutely. I might end up using one of our Ethers in here, just so that we've got enough power points for Surf. You can see we are struggling a little bit to one-shot already, which doesn't bode too well. Oh, the repel must have worn off. Was that in the mix of his text? Because I don't remember seeing the message. Maybe it was in the mix of his text. I didn't mean to battle you. You're a tamer with a whip. We are going to get away from you as quickly as we bloody can. You've got a Golduck. We've got a Giga Drain, and we've just drank your Golduck to get back up to full health. So that really did work out well for you. And we didn't even need to go there, did we? It's up this blooming ladder to do this particular boulder. I don't like this place. It's too tedious. I can get through most places without too much whinging, but this one is just boring. But I am very pleased to say we have now made it out the other side of Victory Road, and not a second too soon. We only had one attacking PP left. After all of that, let's go and procure ourselves some full restores, and we will save in front of the league. We're saving just in case the rare candies are not enough to see us through Lorelei. We're going to use all the rare candies right about now, in the hopes that we can get through very, very, very easily. Lorelei is going to be our first Elite 4 member. She is, of course, an Ice-type specialist who's going to lead with Dugong. I think she's going to set up Hail. I think... No, she's frozen us. Wonderful. Just what we want. Very, very, very good start there. And it's Gen 3 freeze where we are getting Gen 2 freeze. We're taking a reset. That was BS, wasn't it? Lorelei, I cannot stand you. You're absolutely ridiculous. We are going to set up a rain dance to increase our speed, and just in case we do need to use any of our water type moves, it's going to be a little bit easier to get them used when we have the rain up. She's sending out Cloyster next. Let's go for a Giga Drain. Of course, she goes for bloody Protect. We get back up to full health, and we are on to the Slowbro. We do need to Giga Drain this thing. We get a super effective one hit. And up next is Jinx. We shouldn't have Giga Drained all that much, should we? We need to save some for the Lapras. We can surf over the Cloyster, that's fine. Safeguard is annoying, but shouldn't mean too much. Is she going to full restore? I reckon she's going to full restore, so we're going to Rain Dance while she full restores. Giga Drain on the Dugong. Hail is back up. We'll get rid of it. No, we won't. We will surf the Dugong, get rid of it, and then, because I'm expecting a Protect here, so we can use Rain Dance there, and then we should be able to surf the Cloyster away. Yeah, that's a more sensible thing. We know we can one-hit the Slowbro. We don't need to worry about that. Onto the Jinx. The rain is up. We'll surf her away. She's gone for Attract. That is really annoying. That is really, really, really annoying. And we're asleep. I do not like this woman. I really do not bloody like this horrible bloody woman. Oh, she's so bloody annoying. Oh, we got a PP up. Let's use that in Giga Drain. That might help. What else have we got? What berries do we have? Why are they in a silly pocket? Just there. Let's use a citrus berry here. And let's try again. This is Lorelei. Hopefully we beat her this time. We're learning, slowly but surely. Giga Drain isn't going to be a one-shot on that Dugong. We will Rain Dance as she sets up a full restore. She starts to Hail, we surf it. Then that means that the Cloyster is going to Protect. So we Rain Dance. Nope, it's gone for Spikes. Just to be different. Just to be awkward. But we can Giga Drain the Slowbro. It's not a consistent one-shot, for goodness sake. But we can surf it away. Jinx is next. We surf. We one-shot. Brilliant. Onto the Lapras. Giga Drain. Does a lot. Ice Beam doesn't freeze. We get through with a crit. Ha! You suck, Lorelei. We're through. On to Bruno. Elite 4 member number 2. He is a fighting type specialist going to lead with Onyx. We'll Giga Drain the Onyx, we'll get our health back. We will surf on the Hitmonchan. Rock Tomb's annoying, so we'll set up a Rain Dance while he full restores. That means that Surf should now be a one-shot on the Hitmonchan. Is it a one-shot on the Hitmonlee? Yes, it is. Out comes the Machamp. We don't quite one-shot. Scary Face is annoying, but we can finish it off, hopefully, with an Ice Beam. Oh, nope, he has gone for something else, and then we are cross-chopped. That's fine, we can surf away. Growing up to 68 now, and then we've got a Giga Drain on the Onyx. Good stuff, we're through Bruno first try. Up next is going to be Agatha. Let us use an Elixir, and let us also use a full restore. Get ourselves back up to max health, and then we'll take her on. This is Agatha, the Ghost type specialist, leads with Gengar. We're going to Rain Dance as it uses Double Team. We hit our Surf, so it goes down. We get Intimidated, doesn't mean anything. We can one-hit the Arbok. The second Gengar comes into play, and the second Gengar goes away. We've got Ice Beam for the Golbat. That's super effective, so it disappears. Haunter, I barely know her. And we barely know Agatha in this one. We get through first try, time of 48-40. Up next is going to be Lance, everybody's favourite liar with the Flyers. He is our final Elite 4 member, and he leads with Gyarados. We're going to Ice Beam the Gyarados, and then we are also going to Giga Drain the Gyarados, because that seems like a sensible move to play. Growing up to 69, let us use a Surf over the Aerodactyl. In fact, it might be worth setting up the Rain against the Aerodactyl if we do, against the Gyarados, if we do take a reset. Not sure we are going to take a reset, though. We're doing very, very well for ourselves here. We get through first try. No need to panic, no need to worry. Let us use another full restore. We're going to use our max elixir if we've got one. Yes, we do. Brilliant. And then I think another citrus berry is in order for the final battle of the challenge already. Goodness me, this has flown by. This is the champion battle, champion triple exclamation mark, and he leads with Pidgeot. Oh, that's not good. Is that a range against the Pidgeot? I really hope it's not a range against... I really hope it is a range against the Pidgeot and we just low-rolled that time. Yeah, that's fine. That's slightly less concerning. We'll use Rain Dance, increase our speed, and we shall surf away the Alakazam. We're going to use Ice Beam on the Exeggutor and it goes away, it just melts. We can Giga Drain the Rhydon, try and gain back our health. And up next is going to be Arcanine. The rain continues to fall, it uses extreme speed, so we will surf it away. And the last Pokemon is going to be Blastoise. Let's Giga Drain this thing. Let's get a little nibble taken out of us. And that is that. 50 minutes and 19 seconds for this challenge. Goodness me, that is probably our quickest yet. I don't know the time yet. We get our final Hall of Fame time of 50:29. I do need to change the trigger point for that. It was 50 minutes and 19 seconds for this challenge. I genuinely think that might be the first time we have sub-houred this game. We will find out in just a moment. So it was 50:19. I'm doing this live so that I can get the experience with you. I've put it on the leaderboard. I don't know where it's going to be on the leaderboard. Let's find out. We are in first place. First time sub-houring FireRed. That feels good. This one, I have to say, it felt like I was confident. It felt like I thought I knew what I was doing. Let's get it on the overall FireRed leaderboard as well. And it's, of course, going to be in first place there. Ludicolo taking top spots, pushing Gardevoir and Pelipper down one spot on the podium. And Milotic is now off the podium. That does put our old Wall Rain challenge in the page 1 drop zone. And I don't think... Oh, we do have plenty on page 2. It's Emerald where we don't. Poor old Arcanine's 4 moves challenge is now heading up page 2. We've got that horrible Kecleon run right at the bottom. So yeah, like I was saying, I think I played well in this one. It's not very often I big myself up, but this is the first time where I felt really like I knew what I was doing. I felt like I was in charge of the game. I felt like pretty much everywhere was clean. There were still a couple of mistakes here and there, but I definitely think FireRed is clicking, and that is huge. So I will leave you with that for this video. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I hope you've had fun. These videos are not possible without your support, so genuinely, to each and every one of you, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, whatever it is you're up to. If you're going to bed, sweet dreams, and I will catch you all very, very soon.